Emotions Anonymous is a 12-step program that facilitates the improvement of mental health and emotional health through regular attendance of meetings, working of program material, and listening and sharing. This year marks the 50th anniversary of the program. There are more than 300 groups that meet in person in the US, 100 virtually, and over 300 internationally. EA is a spiritual program, not a religious one. While members of the program submit that there is a power greater than themselves as an important part of recovery, that power does not have to be a religious God. Many meetings consist of reading a step in the EA book as well as other EA literature, and members sharing how their emotional health journey is progressing. EA regularly puts out new and updated literature, including workbooks and pamphlets, in order to keep content relevant. A lot of what brings people success in their healing through the program is that by learning what is causing their feelings and reactions, they learn that letting go of protecting their ego can bring them true happiness and joy. That humility is the key to avoiding escalating our emotional states. Participation in the program also relies on members taking regular personal inventory of their assets and defects. This helps members to avoid holding on to feelings and positions in the spirit that they are righteous. They realize a new peace in knowing that they cannot control everything in their environment. In honor of the 50th anniversary of EA, the trustees approved a retrospective survey-based study run by Loyola University. Members were asked how their emotional states before the program compared to when they were in the program for some time using clinically validated and customized scales. Ultimately, success in EA can be judged in a number of ways. We use a few of these for the survey scales, including reduced reactivity, increased positive affect, and decreased negative affect. Before getting to the survey results, though, I'll review the makeup of the respondents, and you can see it here on the slide. A total of 264 people filled out the survey, with 172 fully filling it out. The survey skewed approximately 67% female, 77% white, 42% married, 54% with a bachelor's or higher education, pretty evenly split in terms of working versus retired, part-time, etc. 70% of members have been diagnosed with some kind of mental disorder. 50% take medication to treat these disorders, and 35% attend psychology sessions. For the first scales, members were asked a series of questions on how EA has impacted each area of living, from overall mental health to relationships with friends and coworkers. The scale was from 1 to 5, which represented a significant negative impact on 1 and a significant positive impact on 5. So for 12 of the 15 categories, the response was higher than a 4. The next scale was based on the clinically validated PANAS. Respondents were asked how much they experienced feelings in the weeks leading up to their first EA meeting, and then in the weeks prior to filling out the survey. The third scale was an emotional reactivity scale, which was grounded in the DERS scale and existing emotional reactivity skills, customized with some questions in mind that integrate EA's learning. Respondents were asked to answer before and after questions on the strength of their emotions and reactions. For the PANAS scale and the emotional reactivity scales, improvement from baseline was 30% or better. Overall, 79% of respondents experienced an increase in positive affect, 81% experienced a decrease in negative affect, and 92% experienced a decrease in emotional reactivity. The strength of conviction that can be drawn from a retrospective study does have its limits, but an organization of EA size with a modest budget below $150,000 a year is not currently in the position to fund a prospective study. But we like what we see here. We think that these results are encouraging. I highlight the results of the study to illustrate that there are ancillary options for patients who don't necessarily present with a substance addiction. Members of EA come from all backgrounds and make concerted efforts to be well emotionally. EA is a program that people work to help find peace and serenity. If you have questions or you'd like more information, please feel free to contact me, Paul Norrie. I'm the president of the board. My phone number is listed there and my email as well, paul@abdikar.org. And I also implore you to visit emotionsanonymous.org. There is an abundance of information on what the program is about, including a section dedicated to healthcare providers and any information that you need to know. Thanks for listening.